Alright, what's up everybody? I know there's not a lot of folks here. We're starting a few minutes early. The C-17 has engines fired. It looks like they might be working on some maintenance here. But we do have Nevada 1 on their way in next. So Nevada 1 will be our first arrival of the show here in just a few minutes. We also have the 787 Dreamliner for Air France today. So Nevada 1 is Southwest 1544 coming in from Tampa, Florida. That one is a 737-800. 1 hour and 26 minutes of flight time for that one. Our Boston flight there that was that Delta A220. That's headed to Boston, Delta 1075. A220-300. Our next arrival is going to be Sun Country 8607 coming in from Oklahoma City. 2 hours and 6 minutes ago of flight time for that one. Well, they must have been booking it. They must have been in one heck of a hurry. Got United, Frontier, Southwest, and American all up next. So again, our next arrival is Sun Country. I don't know if this C-17 is going to be leaving today. As you guys can see, it looks like they're looking it over. I thought maybe, just maybe, they would be leaving today, but it's a good possibility they may not be. We go Sun Country from Oklahoma. Robbie Brickett, good afternoon, good evening to you guys. We'll officially kick the show off, of course, at 6 o'clock as usual. I wanted to get on the air early, 1 for Nevada 1, 2 for this C-17. Looks like our next arrival is going to be United. Going to be United 717. This one coming in from SFO. This is going to be on a 737 MAX 9. 4.5 hours of flight time for the MAX. That one just behind the tower over there. It's going to be followed up by Frontier. Ichabod, the whooping crane on board this A320. This one coming in from Detroit. Frontier 2640. That one arriving just after United from San Francisco. It wasn't bad, Robbie. We came home early from camping, unfortunately, due to the rain Monday, but we ended up coming home Sunday evening, but still a fantastic weekend. Hanging out at the lake. Gino, good evening. Luca, good evening. Lynn, good evening. So good evening, everybody. We did start about 25 minutes early. So we had had an important arrival. We'll see Nevada 1 a little later on, probably about an hour or so. Again, ready for their departure. And as it stated in the description, we do have the 787 Dreamliner for Air France today. They started that on Monday. Looks like it's going to be all week. I've been away from all of the news and social media stuff, so I'm not exactly sure how long we're supposed to have the Dreamliner for. MAX 9 from San Francisco. Frontier from Detroit up next. Looks like we got a Southwest on the way out. And you guys are about to hear this American Eagle start up here just below us. So we're going to try our best to be on until about 9:15 our local time. Nice slow arrival there for Ichabod. Ichabod the Crane. Again, this one coming in from Detroit, Michigan. You guys can hear that American Eagle getting a move on just below us, and that's E175. Southwest sneaking in on us here on the right side. It's already gone off of flight radar. There it is. Southwest coming in from Nashville. That's Southwest 1413. 1 hour and 6 minutes of flight time for the MAX 8. They're going to go on there as Ichabod is in their way. Next arrival is going to be an American Eagle. This one's going to be Republic Airways 4630. Coming in from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We do have a Southwest on the move. Getting ready to line up. Frontier looks a bit lost. Frontier not doing so hot at the moment. So the other one we have is Gino. I will not be on tomorrow. We do have this C-17 here though. Not sure if this one's going to go out today or not. They do have the engine started there, but it looks like they're doing some maintenance work on that C-17. Southwest on the roll. Looks like another MAX 8. Our Republic Airways from Pittsburgh touching down already. Just got a United Express on the move. Another E170, E175. Sun Country going over to the general aviation side of things here. They did not go to their gate. Not sure what they're up to. As you can see here, we do have New Pacific as well over there. I saw some tour buses ready to go, picking them up. I assume it's one of the hockey teams, possibly. Could be something else, but I believe it's one of the hockey teams coming in. So Frontier has absolutely no clue where they're headed. Frontier looks like they're going to do a little loop here in the taxiway and make their way back around. Again, if you're just joining us too, we also have the 787 Dreamliner here from Air France today. Looks like our next arrival is going to be another Southwest. This one's going to be Southwest 446 coming in from Baltimore. We're under attack from the Maxes. It's going to be another MAX 8 coming in from Bewee. Let's see. 43 minutes of flight time for that Max. We're going to plug in the old cell phone here while we see if Frontier is going to figure out what they're going to do. So, well, we still got about 7 minutes here before the official start time of today's show. That United Express we saw, that's unavailable at the moment. Still out there at the end of the runway. We've got a couple of E175s trading positions here. Frontier finally figuring out where they're going. There we go. So somebody here is probably going to have some information for me on Sun Country here, as Sun Country had some coaches, motor coaches waiting for them. I believe that could be anything, honestly, but it did come in from Oklahoma City. What's up, Zoe? Hopefully you're doing better. And I have no idea where Molly is. Hopefully she'll be tuning in a little later on this evening. Hold on. As that United Express is on the move, you guys can probably hear. Sun Country offloading. Dawn, good afternoon. Again, we're still about 5 minutes from the official start of the show. So we have that E175 sitting down here waiting for ramp agents to make it to them. Got a Cessna Citation 3 on final coming in from Teterboro. 1 hour and 7 minutes for that one. Finally, they got that one to the gate and shut down. Didn't try ATC today. I don't know if ATC is going to work. It hasn't worked in the last couple of weeks. And I haven't thought to try it here today. I think they are doing some maintenance stuff there on that C-17. Out there looking at that U.S. Air Force C-17. Brian Lloyd, good evening. Matt Mann, good evening. Not exactly sure when the C-17's leaving. I thought it might be leaving here shortly, but again, it doesn't look like it's going to. Looks like they're doing some maintenance there to one of the engines. Okay, thank you, Rail Stalker. Rail Stalker informing me that is the Florida Panthers there. Are they a part of the Sun Country or New Pacific? This New Pacific came in earlier, dropping somebody off. There's that Cessna Citation 3 coming from Teterboro. Looks like we got an American on the move. Looks like an American A321. This one's either headed back to Charlotte or headed back to Philadelphia. We'll find out here shortly. Gino, I'll probably, again, I'll be on until about 9:30-ish local time here tonight. So I'd say roughly 2 a.m. your time there in Europe, if you're watching from Europe. So again, we'll probably wait for the MD-11 at 9:15. Looks like we got another arrival here, but everybody coming off Sun Country there. Next arrival is going to be Delta 1018 coming in from Fort Lauderdale. 1 hour and 39 minutes of flight time for this A319. The one departing, that's headed to Philadelphia. That was American Airlines 1441. Headed back to Philadelphia. Looks like Philadelphia and Charlotte are our only A321 flights right now. This A319 coming in from Fort Lauderdale. About an hour and 40 minutes. Alan Lee, good evening. Thank you for the £5 super chat. Put that up there on the screen here momentarily. Alright, coming from Australia. Thank you, Gino. Got a lot of European viewers as well, so thank you for that info. So there you go. All of the team, I assume, hopping off of that flight. Again, this one did come in from Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. New Pacific over there as well, as you can see the tail of that 757. Cargo loaders getting moved away from the Dreamliner. And I haven't even checked on the 777 tonight. Do have the 777 over there on the D gates tonight. Alright, so it is 6:02. Good evening, everybody. Happy Wednesday. Hope everybody had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. I know I did. Did the whole camping thing out at the lake. It was fantastic. Had a really good time hanging out with the family. Hope you guys all had a wonderful Memorial Day weekend. Hope you guys were safe while having fun. And thank you guys for joining us on a Wednesday. Our normal Wednesday show here from RDU. Seems like a lot going on. We've got Sun Country here with, I believe the Florida Panthers on board. Got that C-17 over there undergoing a little bit of maintenance. They're looking over that one. Nevada 1 touchdown right as we started the show. We started the show early for that one, so we'll see Nevada 1 here before 7 o'clock. Headed out. And of course our normal 777 from American Airlines headed back to London. And something a little bit different from Air France. Bringing the Dreamliner this week instead of the 777-200 like normal. So again, good evening, everybody. Thank you guys for spending your Wednesday evening hanging out with us here on our small piece of the world here. Ooh, looks like we got Alaska Airlines up on flight radar and on the move. This one's going to be Alaska 572 headed back to Seattle, Washington. That one's on a 737-990ER tonight. No MAX 9 for Alaska. Do have an American 737 at the end of the runway. That one's getting ready to head back to Miami. That's American Airlines 2756, 737-8. That United Express from a little while ago, I know we really didn't see it leave. That's Republic Airways 3471. That's headed to Newark, New Jersey. So here we go, one of my favorites, Alaska Airlines. Getting ready to head back to their home base, Seattle. Zoe, I'm not sure what time the C-17 arrived. It was here when I got here while I was setting up. I heard them start engines. I figured maybe they were going to leave. No such luck at the moment. Yeah, Brian Lloyd, hopefully we can hit that magical 150 tonight. Talking about the likes there. I feel like we could hit 150. It's a normal thing on Wednesdays, reaching 150 likes. So we'll see what happens. Some Wednesdays are better than others, being that it's an odd day of the week, right in the middle. So this one headed back to Miami, the 737-8 for American Airlines. We're going to lose them here behind the terminal. Pretty good run up for them. So when we went out to the lake, it was so hard for me to stay off of flight radar because we were right in RDU's flight path, in and out. They flipped directions a couple of different times. So while we were camping, I was still plane spotting. I didn't even take the camera, and I probably should have, so I could at least try to snap some photos of them flying over our campsite, but we didn't bother. Looks like a good Wednesday evening so far. If you guys remember the last couple of Wednesday evenings with it being so warm outside, we did struggle with getting on the air. So with that being said, you guys can see it's a lot cooler tonight and a lot cloudier. No issues whatsoever. I even turned up the quality of the show tonight and no issues so far. So you guys can see how much the summertime temperatures really affect the start of our show on Wednesdays. Just thought I'd throw that out there because last Wednesday I was a little frustrated with everything going on service-wise. There's our C-17 still sitting over there, beacons on. So a much better production of today's show for you guys. Now whether or not we have any traffic today or not would be a different story. Wednesdays have typically been fairly busy for us here at the airport. We'll see if that continues today or not. Judging by the parking garage today, though, not too many people flying in and out of the airport this afternoon. This is probably the emptiest I've seen the parking garage on a Wednesday in quite a while. So Alaska 572, that 737-900 headed back to Seattle. Keep looking over at the 777 over there. See if we got any movement out of that one. I was hoping this one would leave. And we do. The 777 is pushing back. That one, American 174 Heavy, headed back to London Heathrow. Yeah, so I feel like it's rained every day this week so far here. Got a little bit of sun poking through right now, just for a few minutes. Cloud cover is going to be significant enough today to keep us in the shade. But it's definitely rained every day this week, I feel like. Monday wasn't too bad. Yesterday it rained all day. And today it rained part of the day, about half the day. More rain expected throughout the rest of the week too. Alright, so if we have the American 777 on push, that means we're not too far off from the Air France Dreamliner. Got a 767 coming in from Memphis here in just a little bit. A lot of inbounds coming here over the next little bit. Don't know if you guys will be able to hear The 777 starting up. Good question, T3. I don't know what they'll do in the course of that market. I know we're getting Etihad in Charlotte next March, I believe that was announced. So next March for Etihad over in Charlotte. But whether or not they'll bring anything here to RDU, I don't know. The way RDU's growing, though, anything is possible, to be honest. RDU's growing so dang fast. I feel like anything is possible, but I don't know. I'm sure I'll get some sort of announcement, or I'll get wind of new airlines hopefully before it happens. That's what happened with a couple of the airlines that we got before. I knew before all of you guys did. I had to keep a lid on it, though. I think it was Copa. Copa was the one that I knew about before it happened. I didn't actually know the airline, but I did know that we were getting somebody from the south. So Copa daily from Panama there. As many of you guys already know. I'm hoping to see some more international flights, but whether or not that happens or not, I don't know. RDU's kind of on the small side. And of course, as we all know, if you guys are familiar with Charlotte, Charlotte's already busting at the seams. They overtook LAX as being the sixth busiest airport in the United States, or in the world, I believe. So they're already busier than LAX, and from what I understand, Charlotte's busting at the seams with everything going on with them. Looks like we got another MAX 8 here for Southwest. Southwest is sending all of their MAXes to us tonight. Aside from Nevada 1, Nevada 1's just a regular 800. So double MAX action there. What's up, Christopher? Good evening. We're just a small airport here in eastern North Carolina, central North Carolina. Just hanging out. Do have our two internationals for the evening about to depart. American to London and Air France back to Paris. We don't typically see Lufthansa here on the show. We do get Lufthansa, though, if you are new to RDU. Typically, the only days I'm able to get Lufthansa is on Saturdays. If we decide to come out on Saturdays, this is a nice little, nice private helicopter here. Scott, good evening, sir. Hope you're doing well. Scott hanging out with us a couple of Wednesdays ago. There's American 174. But we got an American Eagle on the move first. I'll give you the flight information for Southwest that departed a moment ago, as well as this one. Tony Tony, my man, what's up? Yeah, I don't know where it's from, Tony. It was here when I got here. There's the American 777. So we'll have FedEx here shortly. Also, if you guys are new to RDU and you see all that dirt over there, they are building a new runway here, so we can get more space for more international flights. Do have WestJet and another Air Canada coming later this year. We've never seen Bermuda. We do get Bermuda Air here as well, but that one's usually on a early morning tear. During the week only. I don't think they have a weekend flight. All right, let's take a peek at our 2 departures we had a moment ago. Southwest headed to Baltimore. That's Southwest 2392. And excuse me, that was not a MAX. That was just a regular 800. And then we had Republic Airways 4624 headed to Washington, D.C. via Ronald Reagan in downtown D.C. there. Now this one here is the MAX. Ooh, the American 777 putting on a little bit of a show for the folks down there at the observation deck. Sitting right in front of those folks. Southwest, the one we saw departing just now, that MAX, that's Southwest 2301 headed to Dallas Loves Field. That MAX 8. Looks like our next arrival is going to be American 1888 coming in from Dallas Fort Worth. Arriving here in just a minute. As that private helicopter finally finds a spot to sit down over here. Wonder if they're here for the hockey game. New Pacific over there, as well as that Sun Country. If you guys try to give you guys a good shot of what's happening over on the general aviation ramp. What time is it? Should have that Dreamliner push here any time now. Normally, the other day they pushed at the same time, which was fantastic. Doesn't look like that's going to happen today. Looks like we got another American Eagle at the end of the runway, another E175, I believe. This one is Republic Airways 4804. This is headed to JFK. Hopefully we'll have another early rotation for this one. No, Scott, I don't know what the C-17's here for. We started the show a little bit early because I thought maybe it was going to leave, but it has yet to do so. Looks like they're doing some sort of maintenance to it at the moment. It was here when I got here. Nice early rotation for that one. All right, you guys enjoy this. 777 off to London, American 174 Heavy. Thank you so much for that $1.99 super chat, Christopher. Cool channel. Only see it growing with international travel. Yeah, we've gained, man, how many new international airlines in the last 2 years? Quite a few. So hopefully it just continues to grow here, especially when we get the new runway built and the legs put on the Terminal 1 or Terminal 2 over here. Excuse me. All right, American 174 off to London. Good there with that special sticker there below the window, below the pilot's window. Got a private exec jet touching down now. Looks like a Gulfstream. Still waiting on Air France. Air France usually doesn't disappoint. Normally they're pushing before now, so we'll see how much longer it takes for them to push. Got an Velo over there on the other side. That's one of our international flights as well. A Velo servicing Punta Cana and one other. Can't remember the other one. Tony's got the 777 flying over his house. All right, our next arrival is going to be that American 1888 coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth, followed by Delta 2699 coming in from Minneapolis on an A319. Velo up the hill. Yeah, I still ain't figured out why they've switched us to the Dreamliner this week so far. So far, just this week. Don't have anything official on when the 777 will be back. Kind of wish the A350-900 would come back. I think I like the A350 better than the Dreamliner. And of course, you guys know we all love the 777s here on the channel. American from Dallas comes in hot. Yeah, same, Tony. Absolutely the same. Love the A350s. Too bad we can't get the A350-1000. That's one of my favorites as well. Just that long body. There's that Gulfstream. I believe that's a Gulfstream. You guys can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's what this is. All right, next up is going to be Delta 2699 coming in from Minneapolis, an A319. Definitely one of my favorite parts about us going to Dulles is seeing the A350-1000s up there. So I don't have any concrete dates set for Dulles or anything. I do have a 3-day weekend coming up in July. Maybe we can work something out and go somewhere that weekend. Do something a little bit different. There you go, Delta. Thank you, Retired Ron, for that update. See, I knew it. I thought it was a Gulfstream. And there we go, the 787 Dreamliner back to Paris. Sun come back out this evening. Tony, hey, whoa now. Man, if I could go to St. Martin, that'd be fantastic. Love to go to St. Martin's. I got some things outside of the show going on that could possibly affect the show, so we'll see. We'll see where we go come 4th of July. But I think everybody's going to be out of town again this year, so family-wise, so that will give us an opportunity to do so this year as well. Last year we were up here checking out the fireworks across the street. Enjoy the Dreamliner. It is not. So Air France, when they started their route here to RDU, this is what they were using. Then they switched to the A350, then they went to the 777. Now we're back on the Dreamliner. How long the Dreamliner will be here for? It's to be determined as far as I know. touchdown. That's American Airlines 533. That one coming in from Chicago. Next arrival is going to be a Delta 2600 coming in from Atlanta, sitting on an A320. We have our FedEx 767 coming in, number 3. First, though, we're going to have Aeromexico Connect coming in late this evening. So, another surprise for us here tonight. So Fulton, the A340 was here recently, and there's from what I understand, that the A340 will be making another appearance at some point this year. So if you're local to the area, come out and check out the A340. Thank you, Joshua. Joshua's saying that the 787 is here until the 3rd. So next Tuesday. So I figured I would gift out our last 5 Carolina Aviation memberships here tonight, because we'll gift out more on Sunday, being that that is the 1st. Normally we do it on the last Sunday of the month, but being that it was Memorial Day weekend and we didn't make it out here for the last Sunday of the month, I figured we would do it today. I did, Tony. I brought the Type R as always. folks up here who watch the channel. They watching a friend of theirs come in. Next arrival is going to be that FedEx 767 coming in from Memphis, Tennessee. We also have Frontier landing parallel at the moment, but we're going to stick with the heavies currently. So congratulations to the 5 of you who got gifted that membership from myself. Again, we're gifting out those 5 since we're unable to before the end of the month. We did miss the last Sunday when we normally do it. I think we got enough time here. We can catch Frontier landing on the other side. See if I can give you guys that information really quick on Frontier. It's about to get really busy here. Frontier 3313 coming in from LaGuardia, New York. 1 hour and 13 minutes of flight time. Max the Lynx livery on board. Next arrival is going to be Endeavor 5322 coming in from Washington, D.C. via Ronald Reagan. That one's going to be an CRJ 900. As FedEx turns around here, just opposite the terminal, headed down to their terminal. So again, congratulations to those of you who got gifted that membership from me. You guys get all of the emojis. Really don't have any membership content. I should probably do some more membership content for you guys, but seems like lately the only time I can make it out here to the airport is to do the shows. A little bit of a drag race from our 767 and then CRJ. So again, good evening everybody, happy Wednesday. There's our CRJ that touched down from DC. As FedEx scoots down to their terminal. Good shot of Aeromexico Connect. Right here, looks like we got an American Eagle E-175 ready for departure. Next arrival is going to be Delta 1097 coming in from Atlanta. That's going to be another 737 at 9. I'm going to stick with Aeromexico here until get the departure of the Dreamliner. Oh, it's not an E-175, excuse me, it's A321. All the way down at the end. I don't know why I thought this was an E-175. I only glanced down at it. This one going back to Charlotte, if I had to guess. Since Philadelphia left already. And the C-17's on the move. Lots of things happening right now. Got that Dreamliner at the end of the runway. That one's not ready to go yet, but we do have that C-17 on the move. Let's see if we can see where she's from. That one from Charlotte. And we should have Nevada 1 here anytime in the next few minutes as well. So let's see, who are we going to miss depart? Because I know they're going to go at the same time. Dreamliner's just sitting down there. We do have a CRJ getting ready to leave now. So we're going to stick with the C-17 as long as we can. So make sure you guys smash the like button. We're trying to reach 150 likes tonight before we end. Lots of good action here in the first hour of the show. Air France is going to have to hold. They're going to have to wait. So we got another CRJ on the way in, followed by an American 1904 coming in from Charlotte. That's number 2 on final. So we're going to stick with the C-17. Got a friend of mine that's in the military who likes to jump out of these things. Currently stationed in Italy, if I'm not mistaken. Every once in a while I'll see pictures or I'll talk to him and be like, yeah, I jumped out of another one. And I'm like, dude, you're nuts. Or he'll be sitting on the back of them with the door open as they're flying around. I'm like, dude, nope. I don't mind being in an airplane, but to jump out of one or sit that close to the edge, no thank you. All right, hopefully we can hear the C-17's departure. There is a lot of other background noise here as it gets a move on. I have not ever skydived, and nor do I want to. That is not on my bucket list. All right, enjoy the C-17. Daniel. So yeah, a friend of mine, he's still in as far as I know. I haven't talked to him in a while. He was stationed in Italy and jumping out of these big boys here. Try to give you guys the full departure there of it. I just don't have the room here. Next up, looks like our Dreamliner is going to be next as American 1904's touchdown from Charlotte in that A321. So a good looking departure there for that C-17. And we got a whole line of them coming. Next arrival is going to be Republic Airways 4497 coming in from LaGuardia. Next departure, though, this is going to be Air France and that Dreamliner headed back to Charles de Gaulle in Paris. Air France 693T. Enjoy the Dreamliner. That Dreamliner going to leave us a little bit heavy tonight. Not too bad. It's been a while since we've seen the Dreamliner here on the show. And I see a Southwest lit up on the ground. Southwest 1788. There she is, Nevada 1. NA on her destination at the moment, but she is on the move. We also have Iceland coming in a little later. Iceland should be touching down here shortly. I'll have to give flight radar another look here in just a minute. Stephen, I believe, is a fuel stop, maybe a little maintenance. They were looking over some things. There's no telling why they were here. Unfortunately, the wind wasn't in the right direction for us to get a MU-1 correctly, unfortunately. That would have been the second time I've seen a MU-1 here. My brother and sister-in-law have flown a MU-1. I believe they were going to Nashville, and they flew on that one. Thank you, Josh. For that information. So you got to be, in order to be in the Air Force, you got to jump out of the C-17. Hey, speaking of the Air Force, has anybody hit up Netflix yet and watched the Thunderbirds documentary? I watched it last night. It's pretty good. I think the Blue Angels documentary was just a little bit better. Both were excellent in their own regards. So I've watched both the Blue Angels on Amazon, that documentary for them, then the Thunderbirds, that dropped on the 23rd. So that one's live on Netflix, or yeah, on Netflix. So Scott, I did have a little bit of a issue with service there a moment ago. It completely cut out. Make sure if you guys are having any sort of issues, refresh. I did have a little bit of a service snafu there, just disconnected for whatever reason. Looks like everything is fine now. So hopefully you guys are able to hear me just fine. Got another Southwest arrival. Again, that one's Southwest 1388 coming in from Houston. Got a whole, maybe not a whole line now of arrivals. Southwest going to come in on 23 right. All right. We'll come back to Nevada 1 here in just a moment. We have an A319 on the move, ready to go. And Nevada 1 on the move. Dang. Nice, Josh. Yeah, it's kind of what I was thinking, Scott. Some sort of issue there with YouTube. As a matter of fact, I think it's a known, it has been a known issue. I overheard somebody talking about it a week or two ago on one of the other shows that I watched. So let's see where Nevada 1 is headed. Our next arrival is going to be Republic Airways 3625 coming in from Washington Dulles. That's United Express E175. Nevada 1's headed to St. Louis, Southwest 1788. That Delta A319 we saw leave a moment ago, that's Delta 1407 headed to Detroit, Michigan. But our next arrival is that United Express from Dulles. Lots of things here happening. Southwest on the move. Looks like we got an American Eagle out at the end of the runway ready to go. Southwest and another Max, looks like, possibly. American Eagle not quite ready to go. They were moving, but they're not ready yet. And of course we got Aeromexico. I don't know if Aeromexico was delayed today or what happened. The American Eagle at the end of the runway, that's headed back to Pittsburgh. That's Republic Airways 4742. Southwest 2667, that one's headed to Chicago Midway. That's the one we caught departing. That was a MAX 8. Let's see where Iceland is. Iceland 821 coming in from Reykjavik on a MAX 9 tonight. That one arriving in 15 minutes. A little over 6 hours of flight time for that one. Trying to take a peek at things a little farther out. Got Delta 689 coming in from LA. The C-17, that's unavailable. That one departed 11 minutes ago, but I have a feeling that's headed to Charlotte. So we got that American Eagle headed to Pittsburgh. Thank you, Matt, for the update on Aeromexico. We'll depart at 7:50. Again, Iceland arriving now in just 12 minutes. That's going to be our last international shot of or plane of the evening. The arrival. We should see Iceland's departure a little later on as we wait for the UPS MD-11 departure at 9:15. And another Southwest about to make... Nope, never mind. That's the one from Houston. So we got a little break here for just a few minutes while we wait on Iceland and American from Nashville, Tennessee. Both about 12 minutes out. What do we got coming from the south? Anybody interesting? Looks like we got American from Miami, about the same distance as the rest of them. 12 to 15 minutes. Got an exec jet on the move over there. Didn't see that one depart. We have Sun Country with the beacons on over here at General Aviation side of things. Looks like they're getting ready to get a move on. Again, that one came in from Oklahoma City. This one getting ready to move. Thank you, ERB, 131 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. As many folks as we had, I was hoping for a little bit more. So thank you guys for smashing the like button. I'll have to give you guys a little bit of an update on our progress with subscribers. We started today's show with 5,018. Currently up to 22. Sun Country. About to have an American Eagle startup just below us here. Ramona Aviation. with a $20 super chat just because. Thank you, Miss Ramona. If you guys haven't checked out Ramona, make sure you guys go check out Ramona Aviation here on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. She's posting daily. I've been off social media for, let's see, how long? I've been off all major social media since, what, Saturday? Friday, Saturday? I've been really, really busy. Graduations, camping, work. I really haven't had too much time for the social media stuff to hop on there and do what I need to do. Whoa, check this out. Check this out. Hopefully we can see it. Laser. Sun poking through the clouds. One little spot there of sun ray poking it through the clouds. As well, Miss Ramona, a good friend of the channel here. So thank you, Ramona. As always, look forward to you coming and hanging out with us again soon. No sunset for you guys tonight, unfortunately, as you guys can see how cloudy it is here. Sun Country gonna leave empty. I'm gonna ferry that 737 out of here. New Pacific 757 still sitting over there. I don't foresee that one going anywhere tonight. So we have American Eagle here pushing back. Barb, happy Wednesday. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. So, Sun Country, 8658, they're headed back to Minneapolis. And that's 737-8. I'd like to be the only passenger on board that plane. As they ferry that one back out. Looks like we got United on the way. Another MAX aircraft. I wonder if this is our MAX 9 that landed a little while ago, a little earlier in the show. What do we have here? What is this? Hold on. We got a Mitsubishi MU-2 60 Marquis. I think I pronounced that right. Marquis, right? Marquis. Something to that effect. We'll see that one again here in just a minute. I didn't realize what that was until it touched down. Something a little more unique here. So that one will turn around here in just a moment. Get that. Looks like American from Nashville is going to be our next arrival. Republic Airways 4596. There's that Mitsubishi. Don't know that I've ever seen one of these. Very, very cool. Lots of unique stuff happening today. Very busy. Oh yeah, that's cool. Me either. Never heard of it. It's a loud little thing though. Well, we've definitely had a little bit of everything today, huh? C-17s, Dreamliners, helicopters, this thing. Matthew, the temps are perfect in my opinion. Absolutely comfortable. No issues whatsoever. Very mild, feels great. A little bit of a breeze coming in from the east, feels like. So not too bad at all tonight. I'm enjoying this mild spring that we've had so far. Yeah, we've had our hot days, but it seems like most of it's been fairly mild for the most part this spring, which is good. Maybe that means we'll have a mild winter here, or summer, I mean. So we got American, Republic from Nashville, operated by American Eagle, or vice versa. American Eagle operated by Republic Airways. This one coming in from Nashville, Tennessee. This one's number 1. Iceland is number 2, and that MAX 9 coming in from Reykjavik. So again, if you guys haven't smashed the like button, please do so. We're trying to reach 150 tonight. And if you guys are new, please subscribe. 50% of our viewers are not subscribed. I didn't realize that until I started looking through some of our analytics one day. A few months ago, 47% of the people who watch this show are not subscribed. So if you're not, please do so. Yin, good evening. Oh, looks like Delta's going to be next in front of our MAX 9 from Iceland here. I was on the wrong plane. Looks like I think this is our MAX 9 that landed earlier on in the show for United. We'll know here in just a moment. lose it before it leaves the ground. Put that United at max. So this is Delta 689 coming in from Los Angeles. Another 737 at 900 from LA. American Eagle below us. Our next arrival now will be Ice 821. I believe it's 821, right? Yes. From Reykjavik. That MAX 9. To that in a minute. What do we got moving over here? Pilatus? It's like a PC-12. Ooh, Cirrus Vision Jet G2 right there in the red and black livery. Didn't see that one earlier. Again, lots and lots of unique stuff tonight so far. There's Iceland from Reykjavik, Iceland. You know, I don't know if we could get a C5 in here. I'd like to see them try that though. We've seen all kinds of aircraft here, so I wouldn't put it past anybody to try something, you know what I mean? I know years ago somebody was talking about we've had the Antonov here delivering something many years ago. I think that was back before I moved here. So I think anything is possible for us. So American Eagle getting out of here. Into that left bank. Yeah, we've had the 747. I've actually caught the 747 twice, in fact. Both times it was Atlas, one time for Manchester. That was the most recent one. And then we had that one for some of the Christmas rush. of those were 400s, if I remember correctly. We've had Air Force One. If you guys are new to the channel, I had an episode of the show where I caught both Air Force One and Air Force Two leaving back to back. The 747 and the 757. It's been a couple of years ago now. So we have had quite the unique amount of aircraft here. We had that F-15 do an unrestricted climb out that one night. That was cool. That was right when we first started. We were less than a year old. We had that F-15 fly out of here. So there you go, two of our international flights, Iceland and Aeromexico Connect. Aeromexico Connect got about another 30 minutes or so here before they're ready for departure. Looks like our next arrival is going to be Delta 2782 coming in from Boston. This is going to be an A220-100. We started today's show with the A220-300 for Delta, leaving, headed up to Boston. Got a speeding Delta 737 on the move. Boy. He's in a hurry to get out of here. Thank you guys. 153 likes. Here's our A220. If you guys have been with the show long, you know the A220 is one of my personal favorites. That's going to be followed by American Airlines 1426 coming in from Miami. This is going to be another 737-800. Arriving now in 1 minute. That Boston flight took that A220 1 hour and 37 minutes. Our American 737-8, 1 hour and 43 minutes from Miami, Florida. Got an A319 on the move as well as that Delta 737. Hey, there's Molly. Attention here to American. Looks like we're going to have that Delta 737 launch out of here first. So Delta 1275, that's going to be the A319. That's going back to Tampa. This one right here not up on flight radar at the moment. But as soon as it is, I'll give you that flight information. I'm assuming this is headed back to Atlanta. Wish they would bring our 757s back for this run to Atlanta. Do rather miss our 757s. Waiting on that A319 now. Again, that one's going to go to Tampa. Let's see where this one's headed. It's not even up on flight radar yet. What's happening here? There it is. Nope, headed to Salt Lake City. That is a Delta 1409. As we got a Black Hawk flying just out of my reach. Flying directly over my head, right where I can't get it. Dang it. Got that Cirrus Vision Jet. It's a nice looking livery. Learjet 31A touching down over here on this side. Private owner. Coming in from Huntsville, I believe. Can't see my phone, it's a little ways away from me here. Private owner for the little Learjet. And Delta off to Tampa on the move already. Did quite the turn and burn. Delta going to give us that early rotation. John Southwell, good evening. And we've got an American A321 working their way out. Next arrival, it's going to be American Airlines 1645 coming in from Charlotte, another A321. So that leads me to believe that this A321 right here is headed back to Charlotte. That's going to be followed by another Delta. Delta 2992 coming in from Miami. Another A319. 1 hour and 39 minutes of flight time for that one. If you're new to the channel, the Charlotte flight is only 29 minutes. Spend more time going through TSA and taxiing than you do in the air to make that flight back and forth between here and Charlotte. One of our FedEx feeders is on the way, our ATR 72-600F. That one's going to be here in just 11 minutes. This one coming in from New Bern, North Carolina. So if you guys are into the ATRs and the props, that one's coming in about 10 minutes. Again, this A321 coming in from Charlotte. Too much. My camera doesn't like the cloud cover today. So that's American 1645 from Charlotte. And then, of course, Delta 2992 going to be that next arrival. And while we wait, there's our Learjet. You know, you look at some of these smaller private jets and it makes me wonder, how comfortable are they really? But I mean, look at how small the door is. How comfortable is this small little Learjet? Delta from Miami at A319. Thank you, Brian Lloyd. 157 likes. So Christopher, at the moment we have the Dreamliner, and we have the Dreamliner until the 3rd, and then the 777 is our biggest plane, along with the 767 from FedEx. The MD-11 for UPS, also their 767 every once in a while. I believe they also have the A300. We haven't seen the A300 in a very, 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 very long time. Back when we first started this show, we were seeing a lot of UPS action, more often than not. Now it seems like the UPS stuff has kind of fallen off. We see that MD-11 departure on Wednesday nights around 9:15. Other than that, those are our biggest birds, the 777-200s. We did have that A350-900 for a while. And then, of course, we got the Dreamliner. Boy, my camera is just not happy with this cloud cover at all. There it goes. Acting normal now. 1 minute it's too dark, the next it's too bright. Can't find its happy medium tonight. This American, I believe, is headed to Charlotte. Well, isn't this just a scrumptious smell? The smell of food and jet fuel mixed together. It's not often we smell food up here on top of the parking garage, but tonight, I don't know what's cooking, but it smells pretty good. Mixed with a little bit of jet fuel. Perfect. Looks like we've had Frontier push back over on the other side. Ichabod the Crane, I believe, about to get a move on, that is. We did have Max the Lynx a little earlier land. So that one's still here. FedEx ATR on final. Mountain Air Cargo 7503 coming in from Newbern. 28 minutes of flight time for that ATR 72-600. As we got that other Delta A319 on the move there at the top of your screen. Is that the A319 or the A320? Gonna have to zoom in on it to... That's the A320. That one's getting ready to head back to Atlanta. I don't understand this one right here. It's been 737-900s, and then they've thrown in this one random A320 here lately for Delta back and forth to Atlanta. Yeah, Christopher, I'm thinking about trying to make it to Washington Dulles again real soon. And if you don't know, the last time I tried to go to Washington, D.C., somebody brought COVID into work. I took vacation days, was all ready to go to Washington, D.C., and then couldn't go. I had to take 2 extra days off work, along with the vacation days that got wasted on COVID. So it's been quite some time since we've been up to DC. I'm gonna try for July. Keyword try. I have the worst luck when it comes to trying to go places. And then of course here lately I've been so busy I can't really go anywhere. Every weekend is stacked up lately. So maybe we'll try Dulles. Maybe we'll try something else. I haven't decided yet. I've got to get some other things in motion to really get an idea on where we might be headed. There's our FedEx ATR coming from New Bern. One of Matt Mann's favorites. Also one of Vince's favorites. I'm sure if Molly's watching, Vincent's watching. They're at home. So Delta and Frontier on their way to the end of the runway. We also have that other Delta that's already out there getting ready for departure. This is that A320. We've got a Southwest on the move on this side. Oh, it's because of the trees. Camera's picking up the darkness of the trees and blowing out the planes. So I apologize. Camera's not happy with this cloud cover at the moment. Come on, Delta, give us that early rotation. Southwest over here on the other side. Doing Southwest things. Let's see where Delta's headed. That A320 is Delta 2600 headed back to Atlanta, Georgia. Southwest looks like they're going to do, again, Southwest things with a big turn and burn here. Yep, Christopher, we get the A330 from Lufthansa. We have had the A340, and somebody, rumor has it, the A340 is going to be making more of an appearance later on this summer. So if that's the case, we may try to come out here on Saturdays, give you guys a little bit of Lufty. Unfortunately, that is the only day I am available to give you guys any Lufthansa. We also don't see Bermuda because I'm unavailable to see Bermuda Airlines. That's a E190. There I have yet to see Bermuda at all. So they do bring the A330. Again, the A340, rumor has it the A340 will be later this summer. So we had the A340 last month, I believe. A couple of times they surprised us with it. So we got another Delta. This one's an A319. Maybe we'll get a good yeah, we've had several A340s here. We had the Star Alliance A340 made an emergency landing here a few months back. And I believe, I don't remember if we caught the A340 here on the show or not, but I know it's been here several times in the last month or so. Josh Aldrich, good evening. Got American Eagle pushed back. Frontier down there, we'll figure out where they're going in a minute. Southwest is Southwest 1697. They're headed to Denver. That 737 MAX 8. That's the one we saw depart a moment ago. Delta 2546 headed to Minneapolis on that A319. So the race to Minneapolis is on. Oh, never mind. This one's going to Detroit. Frontier headed to Detroit. Frontier 4937. Ichabod, the whooping crane on board this A321 or A320-200. Again, this one headed to Detroit, Michigan, the Motor City. Thank you, Brian Lloyd, for the update. 160 likes. Thank you guys for smashing the like button. Let's see if I can't figure out, fix the camera here. There we go. Maybe that'll stop it from freaking out. Jackie, all the way from Australia. Good morning to you. Frontier going to give us an early rotation. All right, Lynn. Rest well, sleep well. Thank you for joining us this evening. I greatly appreciate that. Staying up late to hang out with us over there in the UK. As you can see, our E175 for Republic Airways on the move. Aeromexico Connect also should be pushing back anytime now. They're a little on the late side today. I haven't figured out why they're so late. Normally they're departing here about 5 p.m. They're usually departing about the time I roll into the parking garage here at the airport. So they are Matt Man with 1 Carolina Aviation membership. Thank you, Matt Man. So thank you, Lynn. We shall hopefully see you on Sunday. Hopefully we'll be out here Sunday, weather permitting. And I want to thank you guys for watching the show last Saturday, or not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before. I want to thank you guys. I had a lot of you guys who viewed and watched the show from the observation deck on that Saturday special show. So I want to thank you guys for checking that out and hanging out with us that Saturday morning. It means a lot. We rolled over 5,000 subscribers that night. And thank you to the Facebook spotting group for having us out there, hanging out with them. It's always good when I can come and hang out with them. And it's like I told them, I'm always, and I've told you guys here on the show multiple times, I'm always busy every time they have a meet. So it was good for me to actually be able to come out and hang out with them. Lee Barber gifting 1 Carolina Aviation membership. That's 7 today, so congratulations to the 7 of you guys who were gifted memberships. Thank you so much. Alan Lee and Miss Ramona giving out super chats. And I think I missed somebody else's super chat. I'm terrible at remembering things. If you guys are familiar with Pip Hastings Aviation, he can remember who all gifts out things. I don't know if he writes it down or what, but me, I have the hardest time remembering. I'm surprised I remember my own name half the time. But thank you guys, all of you guys, so much. All right, looks like we might have pushback here any second. Removing the wheel chocks from Aeromexico Connect. Ramona gifting 1 Carolina Aviation membership, number 8. Thank you so much, Ramona. Matt Man. I know I popped in a little bit on his San Diego shows, but again, like I said, I've been off the social media and YouTube and everything since probably Thursday. I really haven't been in. Like, I've done my nightly routine after everybody's gone off the air, but just getting ready for bed, stuff like that. But popping into people's shows has been really difficult over the last couple of weeks. It's been really busy. Hopefully now, though, with all the graduations and promotions and camping and all this other stuff out of the way. I saw somebody mention Sun Country a minute ago. Speaking of, here we go. We got Sun Country 8622 coming in from Lincoln. 1 hour and 59 minutes of flight time for the 737-8, and this is going to be in the Tide Pod livery. So that's going to be our next arrival over on 23 left as we await Aeromexico's push. So Sun Country bring in their old livery earlier, and now my favorite livery from them. The really bright, what I call the Tide Pod. right, Zoe, have a wonderful evening. Shall see you on Sunday. American Eagle departing over here on the other side. Aeromexico still not pushing back. Got another Southwest MAX 8 on the move though. David Johnson, good evening. Aeromexico almost ready. David, the first 2 hours of this show have been fantastic. C-17s, Dreamliners, Mitsubishis, special liveries, Nevada 1, all kinds of interesting things in the first hour. The 777, 767. Always a great start to the Wednesday show. In moonlight breeze. All right, ERB, see ya. Have a good evening. Southwest gonna do a turn and burn here. Doing the normal Southwest things. Beacons on for Aeromexico, I believe. They're gonna begin their push in just a second. Wing walkers out there and ready for that E190 departure. So Chris, right now I've been doing Wednesdays and Sundays. We used to do Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. I had some conflicts where I had to change my schedule. I thought about going back, now that it's summertime, I thought about going back to Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday. Seems like some of the conflict has resolved itself. Looks like Sun Country doing some Southwest stuff. Taxiing quickly. But we've been known to do Fridays. It just depends. I try to keep our schedule consistent, as consistent as possible. That way you guys know when I'm on. Plus that's the way YouTube likes it. Have that consistency. But we've definitely toyed around with different nights to see what nights work best for our viewers. RWB, good evening. I'm doing well, very well. Thank you guys, 169 likes. I greatly appreciate that. Each and every one of you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for smashing the like button here on our Wednesday night show. So here we go. Looks like Sun Country going to drop off. I don't know who they're dropping off now. There's been so many drop-offs and stuff over here. So Tyler, from what I understand, come the 3rd, which is next Tuesday, the Air France will go back to the 777. Go back to the 777-200. It was good to be able to see the Dreamliner, so we'll see the Dreamliner again on Sunday. Yeah, so they've brought all of their big planes. The Dreamliner, the 777, and the A350. The A350 by far was my favorite. I don't know what you guys think, but the A350 was definitely my favorite when it comes to everything Air France was bringing. Aeromexico disconnected. Going to go from Sun Country back to Aeromexico Connect. We do have Frontier Airlines, Max the Lynx on the move. That one there headed out. Got another FedEx ATR in just 15 minutes. That's going to be the ATR 42-300. Next arrival, though, that's going to be from Philadelphia. Looks like we're going to get into that a little bit of a slow period here for arrivals, as we typically do on a Wednesday night. Yeah, we did have the C-17 as well. So if you guys, after the show is over, go back and check out the first hour of the show. Very action-packed, very unique planes today. One special livery. Max the Lynx for Frontier Airlines out there at the end of the runway. Ready for his departure. good evening to you. Aeromexico Connect, making that taxi. Let's see who all we got getting off of Sun Country over here. Another sports team, it looks like, possibly. Definitely looks like it. Another hockey team. What do we got going on over here? So this is the second sports team we saw land today, both on Sun Country charters. We also have New Pacific with that 757. They're chartering in somebody as well. I don't follow sports, so I really don't have any idea. I know the hockey tournament or hockey stuff is going on right now. So there you go, a lot of folks hopping off of the Tide Pod Sun Country over there. Alright, so let's see where Max the Lynx is headed. Max is Frontier 2072, and he's headed to Philadelphia. That A321 at 200. Looks like all of our cargo planes are coming in, all of our little props. A couple of Cessna Grand Caravans coming in from the East Coast for UPS packages. FedEx, of course, bringing the ATR. They're going to make them walk around and get their own bags. I don't see why not, but... Yeah, it could be college baseball too. Yeah, I forgot about that. Definitely could be. I can't keep track of all of it. I don't even try. I don't even keep up with my own favorite sport, let alone other sports. I did watch the Coca-Cola 600 this weekend. There in Charlotte. I watched some of the Indianapolis 500. I watched it long enough, or caught it just right to see Kyle Larson wreck out. Kyle Larson did not have a good weekend. Wrecked out of the 500 and the 600. So not a good weekend at all for him. My boy Denny Hamlin was so close. Close but no cigar, unfortunately. Ran second. Finished. God, I don't even know where Denny Hamlin finished. I know they didn't get enough fuel in that car. And he finished a good ways out. Alright, so Aeromexico Connect on that E190 headed back to Mexico City. Again, this one about 3 hours behind. Normally I catch it leaving as I'm pulling into the airport. Normally around at 5:15, 5:30 p.m. Hopefully Aeromexico will give us a nice early rotation. Give us that good view. Doesn't look like it. Looks like Aeromexico is going to leave heavy. It is Christopher. We got the Max 9 there for Iceland, our toothpaste livery. So we got a Delta CRJ. You guys might have saw that a moment ago. That one departing out of here in just a few minutes as we await some of our arrivals. And we watch whatever sports team this is over here. Let's give Flight Radar a peek. Got American Airlines 2707 coming in from Philadelphia. That's going to be on a 737 in about 9 minutes. Got American 979 coming in from Dallas Fort Worth, another 9 minutes. Let's see if we got anything special. Got Delta 1518 coming in from Atlanta in just 28 minutes. Got Air Canada. This one hasn't left Toronto yet. Still on the ground there in Toronto. It'll be in and it'll stay overnight. Nevada 1, about 34 minutes from its destination there in St. Louis. Do have breeze here in a little bit as well. Moxie 541 coming in from Los Angeles. That Delta CRJ out at the end, that's Endeavor 5219. That's getting ready to head to JFK on that CRJ 900LR. We've got United Express headed out on an E175. Oops. Thank you, Christopher. Greatly appreciate it. Glad that we could be on and gain your subscription. Thank you guys once again also for subscribing tonight if you're new here. Again, every Wednesday and Sunday we're on. Always subjected to change, by the way, if you guys are new. Some days may throw in a special Friday show or a Saturday show, give you guys a little bit of Lufthansa. So this one here, getting ready to head back to JFK. So Molly, school is ending soon. Should we be expecting your presence sometime soon here on the show? Will you be coming to hang out with us? Got to get us another headset for you guys. We had multiple headsets for you guys to use when you come and hang out here on the show if you wanted. Now we're down to one headset because we made a massive audio board change. So we only have the one headset now. So the Delta connection to JFK. So yeah, we have, Christopher, we have people that come up and hang out with us. Molly's one of them. Molly likes to come on the show and co-host. Molly's not in the chat too much tonight, but she is our main moderator here on the channel. All of my moderators do a fantastic job. Molly's just been my longest running moderator, and she does an absolutely fantastic job. Everybody loves Molly. Molly's fantastic here for the show, but she lives locally, so she'll come out and visit us here on the show. We're always up here on the parking garage hanging out. So hopefully now that summer is upon us, hopefully she'll grace us with her presence more this summer. Here comes our ATR 42 FedEx coming in from Wilmington. This one coming in from Ramona Town. We also have Miss Ramona comes up and hangs out with us as well. She drives in all the way from Wilmington to hang out with us. Then of course we have our young co-host. Will comes up and hangs out with us some weekends. So cool to watch those props change speeds. yeah, no worries. Folks are more than welcome to come up and say hello and hang out with us. Nice sounding ATR today. This one coming a little bit closer than the big one did earlier. This is the last of our ATRs tonight. Yep, Tyler's been up here hanging out with us as well for some of our bigger special events, like the Lufthansa Arrival inaugural flight. There were a lot of people up here for the inaugural flights of some of our airlines. United Express on the move in that E-175. I believe headed back to Washington Dulles. We'll find out here in just a moment. Matt, man, I'm sure Miss Ramona would be absolutely ecstatic to ride jump seat in the ATR. I wonder how much it would be to ship Ramona up here on FedEx. So United, yep, that is Republic Airways 3447. That is headed back to Washington Dulles. Next arrival is going to be that American Airlines 2707. Right there, about midpoint of your screen. That one coming in from Philadelphia. It's going to be another 737-800. Well, we may not make it to the MD-11, guys. I just looked down at our battery, and it looks like our battery's going to die. I don't understand that. I charged it for 12 hours last night. We're not running anything extra. We may have to switch off the sound and do it a different way. But we may have to end tonight's show a little on the early side. We'll try to make it to 8:30. Here, but no MD-11 departure. I don't know what the deal is with the battery. And I did not bring the other battery with me like a ding-dong. So I may have grabbed the wrong battery. So I may have grabbed our older battery as opposed to our newer one. Normally I keep both of them in the car, but today I only grabbed one. I believe they do, Christopher. I believe they do. I believe they all have the cards. So again, we're going to try to make it to 8:30. I don't know what the deal is with this battery. Maybe it was lying to us, but I doubt it. Do got a lot of extra things charging here tonight. Well, not a lot of extra things, but I got a couple extra things charging, the cell phone and the Wi-Fi. Cell phone was depleted, but I believe I need to mark the batteries. Which one's the old one? Which one's the newest one? So if the sound cuts out, you guys know what happened. The computer's good on juice, on power. It'll be the soundboard that suffers the most. As a matter of fact, I could plug the laptop into the other camera battery, the one we use for our camera. I don't know that the soundboard will run on that smaller battery. Never tried it before. Maybe we'll give that a try before we shut down the show. Canada running late. Thank you, Matt Man, for that update. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to make it. So, again, our next arrival, that's American Airlines 979 coming in from Dallas-Fort Worth. This is going to be a 737-800. So we're just going to cruise on here into the evening and pray for the best. There you go, you guys saw it here. Ramona is thinking about coming up on Sunday. Oh, Molly. Speaking of trading cards and stuff, so, and talking about you guys coming up and visiting and hanging out or whatever, I did finally, I got us some stickers. I need to put those in the car. I wasn't expecting anybody up here this weekend. Plus, again, I've been busy, so I haven't yet had the chance to put them in the car yet. But I did finally get stickers for the show. So when you guys do come up, I've got good size stickers for you guys. We received those a couple of days after the observation deck show. So the Dreamliner will arrive around 4 o'clock on Sunday. We're going to try to be here way earlier than that. I'm going to try to be done with the show on Sunday by the departure of that Dreamliner. That'll be our last departure of the show on Sunday. So this is PSA Airlines. This one's going to go back to Washington, D.C. via Ronald Reagan. As you guys can hear, that's that A220-100 there. Getting ready to head back to Boston, Massachusetts. So the A220 off and running. Don't have that other mic mount. Do I even have that mic in here? Doesn't look like it. Dang, I was going to try and give you guys, I was going to try and back this up if our equipment dies here. I was going to try to put on the other microphone, but I currently don't see it. Let's see if it's in the bag here. Oh, yeah, there it is. So I do kind of have a backup plan if our soundboard battery here dies. We'll try go old school with it. I don't have a mount for it though. It was supposed to be here, but it's not, unfortunately. So if the audio dies, we'll just switch audio over to the camera and go from there. You guys should be able to hear me just fine off the camera. It may not sound perfect, but you guys should still be able to hear me. Hate that I made that mistake and didn't grab both batteries this morning like a ding dong. Unfortunate mistake for me. We got less than an hour left in the show though. So PSA is going to go first. Again, that one's going to be headed to Ronald Reagan there in downtown DC. Nice silhouette of that CRJ. Now see, you gotta ask the Biscoff dealer. I'm not the Biscoff dealer. That's Miss Ramona. And I'm sure if Miss Ramona does come up here on Sunday, she will have the Biscoffs. Don't think Miss Ramona goes anywhere without them, which is good for me because I love the Biscoff. Every time I go to the store, I forget to buy any. But again, I do have the stickers. I do need to put them in the car. I need to make a note of that or get somebody to message me. Maybe Miss Carolina's watching and she can remind me to put them in the car for Sunday. All right, Christopher Brown, have a wonderful evening. Thank you for your support and thank you for finding us. Glad you were able to be found on a Wednesday. So a huge thank you to each and every one of you guys for watching. Hopefully this A220 departure is nice and exciting. It's always fun to watch the Delta A220s leave out of here. There he goes. Is he going to pull on it hard? Miss Carolina in the house being a smarty pants. As you guys can read, Miss Carolina telling me to put them in the car. I'm not even home. She's giving me this information. You know, I want to try those vanilla cream filled ones. I want to know if they're any good. I haven't tried them. I only had the regular one. So Molly, you're saying you're going to bring me a brownie? Molly always brings me a brownie. Well, she has 2 out of the, I don't know, 6, 7, 8 times she's been here. I do love a good brownie. All right, again, so if you guys are just joining us, we're going to run to the end of this thing here till the battery dies. I guess I grabbed the wrong battery when I left. So some of the batteries, one of our batteries is much older. We've had it for about a year, year and a half. It typically tends to die faster than the new one. So now I know which one to mark as the old one and which one to mark as the new one. Most of our past Wednesday shows we've run on 1 battery only. Don't know that we're gonna make it today. Really all we're waiting on is Iceland. Iceland should push back here in about 5 minutes. Iceland can be our last plane, even if Our audio board goes down and out from battery issues. We still have enough power to last us for the rest of it. Don't know that we'll stay for the MD-11 though. It looks like our wing walkers are walking out here for Iceland already, as you can see there on the right of your screen. So getting ready to push Iceland, and beacons on. So Iceland ready to go. Easy Rhino, good evening. You catch us nearing the end of our show here due to my mistake, grabbing the wrong battery here. See, Josh giving us information here. There'll be 777 will be back on the 2nd, which is Monday. I'll definitely won't be here on the 2nd. My oldest son is having his wisdom teeth removed, so I'm taking the day off to help Miss Carolina with that. So there we go, Iceland in that 737 MAX 9. Hopefully we have enough battery for this one. This one's going to be bumped up to our last plane of the evening. So yes, Matthew will be back on Sunday. Probably end with that Dreamliner. We may start early on Sunday. I typically don't like to start early on Sundays because of how slow the airport tends to be, but I want to get in a good try to get in a good 7-8 hour show. We haven't done 7-8 hours in a while. I think the most we've done recently has been about 5. So it's about time we start pushing the length of our shows back again. Try to start a little early. I want to try to be done with the show, end with the Dreamliner on Sunday. So we'll end around 6:30. Normally we've been starting around 2 o'clock when the 777 arrives. I think we'll try to do it a little bit different this weekend. As we got the Mad Max starting up. They always sound so angry when they start. Next arrival is going to be Moxie 541. This is Breeze Airways coming in from Los Angeles. This one's going to be an A220-300. This one coming in on 23 right. Sun Country in that Tide Pod livery. Got the beacons on there, ready to go as well. Thank you, Jeff Davis. Good evening to you. Hope you're doing well. There's Breeze, Moxie 541 from Los Angeles. No, Matt, man, we're not gonna go that early. Although we are going to try maybe to do some earlier shows on Sundays. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I know a lot of you guys aren't awake that early. I know Matt Man is. Matt Man was here the last time we had a sunrise show. to be up super early for sunrise shows. Sunrise here is like 5 something, 5:40, 5:45, almost 6 o'clock. So I have to get up at like 4:30 to get here and get set up before the sunrise. That's also weather dependent. If it's a nice clear morning, it would be easy to do. A day like today, absolutely not. We didn't even get our sunset shots tonight, nothing. No show for Mother Nature whatsoever tonight. No pretty colors, nothing. So just a dull, drab deal for Mother Nature this evening. So I have Matthew. I've thought about that. Again, YouTube likes consistency on their schedule. So usually Saturdays are something a little bit special. Just depends. We usually will do a Saturday and a Sunday show. If we do Saturday shows, that's what we did the last time. 2 weeks ago now. Almost 2 weeks ago. We did that show from the observation deck down there. Quite the turnout for that show. Again, thank you guys for watching that special Saturday show. And of course, if we go places, like if we go to Charlotte or whatever, Charlotte's a little bit different. If we go to Charlotte, it's typically Sunday as well. But if we go to like Dulles or something like that, then usually we do Saturday and Sunday. Try to hold out as long as possible when we go up there. Again, that's a 5-hour drive for me from here. So I try my best to stay as late as possible to do Dulles shows when we do those. Again, DC's not good luck for us. We're definitely going to try though this summer. I promise you, we're going to try. Might make a, like we did our last Charlotte deal, which we didn't get a show in because of the rain in Charlotte the last time we all went down there, but I may take the family and head to DC at some point. I need to try to look into rooms and such. I need to get some hotel points going on here. Delta 1518 coming in from Atlanta. This is another 737 at 900. About to touch down now as our MAX 9 gets a move on for Iceland. So there's a Delta from Atlanta. Look at the way the tail shakes back and forth. So there you go, Delta from Atlanta. Sun Country and that Tide Pod on the move. Possible turn and burn. This one's going to be another ferry flight, another empty one. So Sun Country on the move. Dude, Matt, man, I hope so. I really miss our 757. It's been a while since I've seen it. Our Delta 757s. So it would be really, really nice if we could get those in order. So I could bring them back. So Iceland taking their time. We got somebody on final here. This is Southwest. 4261, this one coming in from Phoenix, Arizona. 3 hours and 38 minutes of flight time, so 3 hours, 40 minutes by the time they touch down. Scheduled touchdown 2 minutes. And that's just an 800. That's not our another max. So we have the A220 from Los Angeles making its way up the hill. I figured it went around the other way to the other taxiway behind us. I need to take Breeze Airways somewhere. I'm gonna fly on one of their A220s. All right, Southwest from Phoenix. Our A220 again from Los Angeles. Let's check here, see how many more arrivals. Sun Country is Sun Country 8673. That's headed back to their base in Minneapolis. It's probably a good thing that Iceland's going to be our last plane. We don't seem to have too many arrivals left for the evening. Got a big gap here. Do one quick sweep of flight radar after Iceland leaves. See what we got, what we don't got. Whether or not we should try to extend what we got here with the battery. Again, it could die any second. As a matter of fact, the last bar here is gone, so Iceland will be our last departure. So I'm going to go ahead and say goodbye to each and every one of you. Thank you guys so much for joining us. Thank you to my moderators. Thank you to all of the channel members. Thank you guys for your contributions today. Congratulations to the 7 or 8 new channel members who got gifted those memberships today. So I am going to, if it dies, we'll switch the audio over, but I am going to go ahead and say goodbye. We are going to stay for the MAX 9 departure. 194 likes. Thank you, Brian Lloyd. 6 away from 200. So if you have not smashed that like button, please do. Let's get to 200 before we end the show. Looks like you got a few minutes here as Iceland's hiding behind the trees over there, getting a few last minute things in order. So again, we'll be back on Sunday. I don't know about a time just yet. We'll see. It may be our normal 2 o'clock time. It may be, you know, earlier than that. But again, thank you guys for being here on a Wednesday evening. You guys are amazing. Wanted to get that out of the way before this dies. I feel like it's gonna just cut off any second here, and if it does, I'll switch the audio around so you guys can still hear Iceland's departure. Speaking of Iceland, again, this one going back to Reykjavik. 737 MAX 9, our last plane of the show. Thank you, Randy S. Thank you, guys. 201 likes. I greatly appreciate you guys. You guys are absolutely amazing. I know I've said it time and time again. You guys keep this channel rolling. So thank you. Without you guys, we wouldn't be here. Believe me when I say that. So thank you, guys. We've come a long way, that's for sure. Alright, Iceland, MAX 9 to Reykjavik. Last plane of the night. Thank you guys for watching once again. I hope you guys have a great rest of the week, and we will see you guys on Sunday. Thank you guys. See you Sunday. Good night.